Hello everyone. All right, here is how we use bucket glazes. You're gonna use the bottle glazes for your hand-built pieces, and then I ask that you use the bucket glazes for your pottery pieces. When you get your best pieces back, there is some sandpaper if you want to sand off any rough edges on the bottom, around the lip, make sure they're nice and smooth. You can rinse them under the sink for just a second or two just to rinse off all the dust. You want your pieces to be clean before you add the glaze. With our bucket glazes, we have our test tiles up on top here. There's a couple over here also. I should probably put them together, but you can see. There are a few that have some red stars next to them. Those are runners, what we call runners. That means they drip when they melt, and when they're really thick, they can run and drip a lot. And so if they have a star next to them, I would prefer that you use those on the inside of your bowl or the inside of your cup. The yellow, light root teal, antique green, those we have white, I think we might have black. Those colors are fine to use on the outside. So I decided this is my this Federal Blue. I'm gonna put that on the inside, and then I will maybe mix up aqua to put on the outside. So I have these buckets stacked for the demo. Please don't stack them. To open the bottle, if you push down with your fist, you pull up, and always face the lid right side up. Now we put all the clay away when we glaze because we don't want any dust, any dirt in these glazes. That contaminates them and then it gets on your pot and it kind of ruins the glaze. The first thing I like to do is take a stick. Make sure the stick is clean. It shouldn't have any dust or dirt on it. And maybe kind of wash it off. And again, anything that we put in here, we need to make sure is clean. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna kind of stir it like a witch stirring a brew. Right? And what I'm trying to do is scrape the bottom to get the chemicals off the bottom and the sides. Because just like ketchup or mustard, all the chemicals sink down to the bottom. So if you don't shake your ketchup up before you put it on your burger, it's gonna be all watery. If you don't mix up your glazes really well, you're not gonna get good glaze colors because all the chemicals that make the color are on the bottom. Sometimes it's nice too if other people are glazing. If you are mixing up Federal Blue and they're mixing up aqua green, you can kind of work together. Oh, perfect. You mix up that one, I'll mix up this one. We can both use them. Right. When you take the stick out, you can see here's some of those chemicals. We want to keep those chemicals in the bucket. You guys, these are like $200 worth of glaze. Keep the chemicals in the bucket. I'm gonna wash this, and then I can use it on my other next color. Then take a whisk and mix it up really, really well. I mix in one direction, and then I mix in another direction. I want those chemicals to be well mixed up. Now a little trick a lot of potters use, if you dip your little fingertips in there, shake it once, it should coat your fingertips quite nice, but you should still see a little bit of your lines on your fingers. If you can't see any of your lines on your fingers, it's too thick, then come get me. All right, it's well mixed up. I have some of these in cabinet number 2. Make sure they're clean. You're gonna scoop up some glaze, carefully pour it in, and you can put this on the lid. That's why we have the lid right side up, or upside down, I should say. And I'm kind of rolling the glaze to get a nice, even coat on the inside. Now here's the tricky part. You gotta hold your foot, or you can hold it kind of like this, and you dump it out. I'll shake it a little bit. I usually hold it by my foot. Now this is Federal Blue, it's a runner, but I could dip maybe a little bit onto my lip. There. I can do a runner up to about halfway, that's okay. As long as there's a lot of room for the outside color. There we go. So that looks quite nice. It coated it all the way, that's good. All right. That's one color. And then I'm gonna do the same process to the other color. See if we can do it real quick. Okay, when you put the lids on, walk your hands around the lids. Ask, does anybody need this? And then I'm gonna take out aqua. Do the same thing to aqua that I did to Federal Blue. Wash your sticks, scrape the bottom. Sometimes, to be honest, I just stick my hand in there. As long as my hand is clean, works kind of the same way. Make sure your whisk is clean. Okay, we don't want to contaminate anything, so you want to make sure everything's clean. Mix it up really well. Here's my lid. Notice I put it upside down, so then I can put my whisk on it. Right? Let's see. It's a little thin actually, so you might have to add a little bit more. But let's see. Woo! It's still a little wet, but I'm gonna try anyways. I'm gonna hold it by the foot. I'm gonna go upside down. What's gonna happen is it's not gonna get the inside because of the air bubble. So I'm gonna dip it down just above my foot. There you go. So if you can see, I didn't quite go to my foot. You wanna give a little extra space. And there you can see the blue still on the inside. Ooh, it's got a couple drips, that's good. That's good stuff, right? I have plenty of space from the glaze to my foot. If you get glaze on the foot, take a sponge and wipe it clean. I won't fire pieces that have glaze on the foot. I'll put them back on a shelf and say, sometimes they call it the shame shelf. I don't call it the shame shelf. But it'll be the shelf for pots that are not done or they're not ready. Right? I could bring it into the kiln room, put it on the shelf, close up all my glazes, make sure they're nice and tight. And then the best part is when we open the kiln and you see all the colors, and we'll take them all out and look at them all together. And then you get to take them home and eat ice cream and cereal and tea and everything else. The process to glaze the bowl is the same as the cup. You can use up to 2 different glazes. I think that's it. Have fun.